This is going to be a short video about Makefiles. So recently, when we've been doing our compiling of our programs, for example, let's just compile our main. We do nasm fbin main.asm o main.bin, and it compiles. And then when we run it, we do kemu system x86 64 main.bin. And it runs, and there's an error there because I was messing around with ISOs and I changed the disk, but or the DL register. But anyway, it happens, and we run, and that's fine. And for what we're doing right now, it's small enough it doesn't really become an issue. But especially when we start linking things and compiling C code and all that other stuff, when we get into the kernel, like we're going to be running a buttload of stuff to get our compilations together and eventually, emulate the operating system. And that's where makefiles are going to come in really, really handy. So to do a makefile, makefiles are specific. So all you have to do is just create a file called makefile. So vim makefile. Okay. Makefiles are picky about spacing, so they're white space sensitive, which means that if you tab, that means something. The way you format your makefile is you have your target. So I'm just going to write in pseudocode here, target, and you have your dependencies, and then you tab across, and you have your code. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to just write a makefile entry for our bin file, or our binary file. So we'll just say our target is going to be main.bin. Our dependencies are going to be any of our assembly files. So we're going to put down our dependencies rather as and don't be specific or cheat this using a regular expression thing like a dot or star period ASM. Want to be specific. So if there's an assembly file that you don't care about, or that's not pertinent to the compilation of main.bin, if you change it, you don't want to then waste the time compiling everything, and that can get kind of annoying. So make sure you're specific. So what we have here is main.asm. We have read disk.asm, and we have printf.asm. And then for our code, we're just going to simply say nasm fbin main.asm o main.bin. Okay. And that's one entry in our makefile. Then we can do other things, like we can write a clean. What clean is it requires no extra stuff other than just clean and then indent. What it does is when you call clean, it will execute the code. And I mean, you can have any kind of label here, but we're going to do clean because it's more common, and we're just going to get rid of our current binary file. So we're just going to remove main.bin. Actually, we should just get rid of all of our binary file. No, be specific, main.bin. Okay, and if we wanted to remove another one, if we had another binary file, it could just come down here, remove x.bin, and so on and so forth. But right now we just have this. And so when we call clean now, it'll remove our main, and then we'll be good. The last one I want to do is I want to run. So here we can type in kemu system x86 64 main.bin. And if you haven't compiled, then obviously it'll throw an error, and that will be that. So you have to make sure you compile if you don't have your main.bin file created. But if we now exit this, so write and exit, we see our makefile. Now all we have to do, so let's just remove our main.bin right now. Alright. All we have to do is type in make. And you can see it's run our NASM thing, so when we look at this we should see a main.bin. Now if we say make run, it runs, and we still get our error because I was messing around. If we do a make clean, let's ensure that we still have our main.bin, which we do. Make clean, it removes main.bin, and we no longer have it. So that's going to come in really handy when we have like a whole bunch of things that we need to compile and then link together and stuff. So right now we just have one thing, so it's not a really big deal, albeit typing in make is a lot more convenient than the NASM compilation command, and especially make run is a lot more convenient than typing in that QEMU nonsense. But yeah, that's a makefile. They're going to come in really handy. Now it's worth noting that whenever you're calling something like main.bin, so all of this stuff is pertinent to your current directory. So if you have like another directory, then you're going to have to change, like you're going to have to say establish current directory, and then like other directory, and then other directory, and then main.bin, or however many directories nested deep you have it, in order to, you know, access this one. Because if it's not here, if it's somewhere else in another directory inside the current directory, it still won't find it. It doesn't search recursively, especially because you can have multiple files of the same name in different directories, and it's not a problem. So just make sure that you're specific with that, and just know that it only pertains to stuff in the current directory unless you specify. Other than that, that's pretty much all I wanted to present in this video. Pretty short and sweet. Yeah, make or makefile. It's going to help you out a lot in the long run. Shortly, I'll be uploading a video on creating a function that prints out a hexadecimal address, which is going to be really important for creating our testing and enabling the 820 line, which we'll talk about in a couple videos from now. So yes, I'm thinking about it. It's gonna happen. So yeah, I know the last time I was gone was quite a while, but hopefully they'll be coming out a little bit more frequently. So until next time, see you guys later.